Hi guys, welcome to the Kaeve. You might hear the rainy weather outside, but we've got Italy present here in the shape of the Fiat Cinquecento. This isn't just a regular Cinquecento, this is obviously the Sporting for those amongst you that like these lovely little city cars with a bit of power. Great piece of design actually, very modern, fantastic packaging, something that Fiat is absolutely excellent at. And we'll show you some of the examples in the interior as well in a moment, but first let's have a look at the exterior. This friendly down the road graphic, the headlights here together with the intakes, in this case because it's the Sporting, it has this extra intake here, and of course the color-coded bumpers. And it's very hard to come by one of those Sportings that isn't completely trashed, and this is a lovely example in this bright yellow, one of the best colors I would say for the Sporting. Tiny little nose, little bit of an intelligent focus forwards, and then of course these nice four-spoke design wheels, alloy wheels that are so typical for the Sporting, color-coded mirrors, and then of course this very typical 90s but very clean Fiat design style. Nice little section through the bodywork, some highlights here and there, and then the fender flares moving towards the back. This straight rear roof line with a bit of push of the C-pillar, a nice strong C-pillar here, giving it some presence and a good stance moving towards that rear wheel there, but also a lot of rear head space for the passengers. Smartly done, these color-coded bumpers of course at the back as well, and then specifically for the high-end Sporting, the tail lights here completely in red, so no ochre, let's say amber indicators on the exits there, and also not this bright white rear lamp. Of course then, finalizing this design in its horizontal setup are these tail lights, and then of course the bumper with that insert and that little single tailpipe there on the left. A great piece of design, and actually, believe it or not, because I'm a coach builder, a great base for coach building. Fiat, back in the early 90s, actually gave the Fiat Cinquecento platform to quite a few Italian design houses. And one of them actually designed what would become the Daewoo Matisse later on. A marvel as well of space and engineering, based actually the concept car on this Fiat platform. Fiat decided to give this car a major facelift for the late 90s and rename it Fiat Cinquecento. And actually Daewoo took the design and made it into the Matisse. This little concept car that came from a coach building exercise based on this Cinquecento. And a lot of other design houses actually made very interesting coach built cars based on the Cinquecento. There was one even that carved out the entire side, and they had a bike standing here basically on the passenger seat. So definitely worth looking them up. I think it was a range of 5 concept cars by 5 different design houses in Italy. Now we're over there and we're talking about the space here in this interior. It is actually very roomy, specifically for this tiny little footprint. One of the reasons is that they carved out the dashboard basically. So the dashboard is moving towards the engine, towards the front windscreen, meaning that the appearance is of a very open, spacious interior. Great seats, the Sporting seats, the red seat belts, and of course, if we look very closely, that great 2-spoke steering wheel with a red stitching there in the leather. Also on the gear lever there, and of course in the seats. What a fantastic piece of car design from the 90s from Fiat, and actually one could argue a lot more interesting than the current retrospective 500s. For now, please do get in touch if you want to acquire this fantastic piece of history from Fiat, the Cinquecento Sporting, here available in Kaeve in this fantastic condition. Enjoy the Cinquecento.